All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and all the men and the women who follow. So, as you can see, this lesson is entitled Israel in the Garden of Eden. All right, and Lord's word is going to be edifying. Just I was going through the scriptures and just found some that kind of stuck out to me, and I wanted to share with you, Akim. And me, I like to give maps. I like to give a visual of what I'm speaking. So this is what's known as Pangea. All right, all the continents put together as one. There's a couple different pictures of it, a couple different examples of what it may look like. Nobody, we can only speculate what it actually looked like, but um, it would have looked similar to this. So, with that being said, all right, let's get into a scripture real quick because we're here to identify what the Garden of Eden and what its connection with Israel is, right? So, like I said, Lord's word is edifying. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed." So we know from what the scripture just said, if this is if the whole landmass is Eden, he said he put the garden eastward in Eden. Okay, so let's uh get this word Eden. All right, it's Strong's H5731. Idan. All right, it says pleasure. It goes into uh let me see. Let me see. When you go back to the root word, it's Strong's 5730. All right, which is still the word Idan, but luxury, dainty, delight, finery, delight. All right, pleasure, because that's what Eden is. All right, this was meant to be a paradise for us. All right, we weren't supposed to have to live off the sweat of our backs. Have to till the land. Women are supposed to have birth pains, things of that nature. Everything was supposed to be perfect. It was a paradise for us. Of course, everything happened, the way it did, and ultimately that was the Lord's will on what happened. But um, you know, the whole land is Eden. So he said that he planted a garden. If this is like the center line, you know, dividing the east from the west, he said that he divided or he put the garden eastward in Eden. Okay, so let's keep going. It says, verse 9, "And out of the ground made the Lord Yahweh to grow every tree that is pleasant in the sight and good for food. The tree of life is in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to and a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads." All right. The name of the first is Paisan, that is which compasses the whole land of Havilah, where is gold. Okay, so Paisan. Now, when you go into the different commentaries, you know the David Guzik. I didn't really check the Chuck Smith or the Matthew Henry, which I probably should have. So let's see what they, because David Guzik didn't give any information on the Paisan, and really just kind of skips over all four. So let's just check out what Matthew Henry got to say real quick, just for edification. What verse were we in? I think we were in like verse. Let me see. right. Let's see. I think we're getting close. But it speaks of. I'll read this. It says, "The place appointed for Adam's residence was a garden, not an ivory house, nor a palace overlaid with gold, but a garden, furnished and adorned by nature, not by art. What little reason have men to be proud of stately and magnificent buildings when it was the happiest of man and innocency that he needed none?" Right. So, um, just speaking on how pleasureful the garden was, as we just seen in the actual name. Um, Let me see. Here we go. And the rivers which the garden was watered. These four rivers. Okay. It mentions the Hiddekel and the Euphrates. Okay. 'Cause these people don't. Or hold up. Havilah. Okay. Yeah, these people don't know. They don't have the spirit with them, so they can't give you the mysteries. Okay, so let me just go back. All right, so we talking about the first being the Paisan. Okay, the Paisan is the Red Sea. All right, which is located right here on this map, and right here on a modern day map. All right, so that you get the understanding. All right, this is a map of the Middle East. Right, you got Egypt, you got Israel right here, Saudi Arabia, the Mediterranean Sea, and Europe is back off in this way. China is back off in this way, and well, India is right here, then China, Russia to the north. So just so you get an idea of where we're at, all right. So the Red Sea, that's what the Paisan is. Okay, let's keep reading. Um, and it says, verse 12. And the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium in the onyx stone, and the second river is Gihon. The same the same is it that compasses the whole land of Ethiopia. All right, so the second one is the Nile River. Okay, which matter of fact, let me you can barely see it. It goes down. Well, let me see. Uh, So yeah, you can see it on this one. Ethiopia is right here, and the Nile River. Well, in those times there was no Sudan. Okay, Ethiopia, which is basically the land of Kush. If we go into it, I bet you would say Kush. Yeah, Kush. Yeah, it means black. Um, it's one of the sons of Ham, the son of Ham and grandson of Noah, and the progenitor of the southernmost people located in Africa. All right, so that's who it was. It's the Kushites. All right, so that's the Nile River. All right, let's go to the map. You can see the Nile. All right, it flows all the way down. That's the second head. So you have one head, you have two heads. All right, let's keep reading. And the third, and the name of the third is Hiddekel, and that is which goeth forth toward the east of Assyria, and the fourth river is the Euphrates. All right, so going back to our good map, the Euphrates is right here. All right, and the Hiddekel, which is the Tigris, is right next to it as well. So we have our four rivers: the one, the Nile; two, the Red Sea; three, the Euphrates; and four, the Tigris. Now, all this is relevant because what we're going to read here soon. All right, just going back to prove one other thing. It said that the Hiddekel, that is, which goes towards east of Assyria. Well, let's pull up this map of the Assyrian kingdom. And what's the east river in Assyria? It's the Tigris. Okay, so just proving further that this is the actual river that it's speaking about. All right. Uh, so why is that important, or why is it relevant? Should I say to Israel, knowing all these four waterways? All right, let's get Exodus 23. So this is Exodus 23, and I'm gonna start. Uh, I'll start at 27. It says, "I will send my." I'll start at 25. It says, "And ye shall serve the Lord your power, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from thee. So I take sickness away from the midst of thee." So this is right when we're coming out of Egypt, and the Lord's telling us about the land that we are promised. Verse 26, it says, "There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days will I fulfill." So I will fulfill. "I will send my fear before thee, and I will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thy enemies to turn their backs unto thee. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, the Hittite from before thee. I will." Then here's where it gets important. It says, "I will not drive them out before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. By little and little will I drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land. And I will set the bounds from the Red Sea." All right, one of the rivers we just talked about, the Red Sea, "even unto the sea of the Philistines, and the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee." Okay, so let's get this in the NLT because it's going to give you just another layer of clarity. It says, "And I will fix your boundaries," speaking about the land of Israel, the land that the Lord is promising us. All right, "from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea." All right, so he said from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea. We want to go back over here. This will be the Red Sea. All right, and this is the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, and from the eastern wilderness to the Euphrates River. All right, so going back over here, we've seen the Mediterranean Sea, we've seen the Red Sea, and here is the Euphrates River. Okay, so all of this wilderness, all right, is supposed to be ours. It mentioned the desert, I believe, and from the desert into the river. All right, so when you look at the map, all of Saudi Arabia is desert. The majority of, well, Iraq is actually pretty green. Why is that though? Because it's part of the Fertile Crescent. All right, which this is what the Garden of Eden is. This is what Israel is, the Garden of Eden. All right, this is our bounds from the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea to the Euphrates River. All right, we have the Nile River, we have the Red Sea, we have the Euphrates River and the Tigris River, all within this Fertile Crescent, all this being the Garden of Eden. All right. So it says, and I will hand over to you the people now living in the land, and you will drive them out ahead of you. So when the Lord promised us the land, all right, he promised us the Garden of Eden. This is where the Garden of Eden is, okay? He promised us this whole land. But what happened? Why didn't we get that whole land? All right, we went off, we started serving other gods, we disobeyed the Lord's commandments. All right. But when everything's going to be put right, though, everything's going to be put back into its place. So let's prove that. This is Ezekiel 37, starting at 21. It says, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. All right, he says, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall no more be two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all, neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them. All right. It says, so they shall be my people, and I will be their power. David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall have one shepherd, and they shall walk in all my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. All right. We're going to be put back in our original place, our original state. All right. Which was what? Going back to the Garden of Eden. Okay, having that pleasure, all right, having that luxury, that daintiness, the delight, okay, the finery, delicate, right? We're going to be living as life is supposed to, all right, as kings and as rulers of the earth, all right. So that's really all I wanted to get into, just showing that the Garden of Eden, all right, is the land that we are promised. So where we came from, we're going, hey, there's nothing new under the sun. And we're going back to where we came from. All right. So Lord's word was edifying. And I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. Shalom.